Okay, good morning to everyone. My name is Sipumeze, and I will be your teacher for Life Orientation Grade 9. If you need anything regarding, for example, you can just email me titi.sipumeze@gmail.com. My cell number is 081 038 0770. So the lesson for today, it's a lesson that will be focusing more on the constitution. At the end of the lesson, you have to understand what is being said when you refer to the constitution, and what are the constitutional rights and responsibilities. So we will touch on those in this lesson. So have to make sure that you understand this at the end of the lesson. Okay, let's go. So when you talk about the constitutional rights and responsibilities, I will just give you an example of constitutional rights. Constitutional rights are the rights that need to be followed. For example, I will say in the classroom, you have rights that are implemented that every learner should follow as a student. So it's the same as constitutional rights. Constitutional rights are the rights that are implemented by government that need to be followed by every citizen of the country. For example, every learner has a right for education. As you see in this picture, there is a picture of a children. So every learner in the country has a right for education. It's their right. So when you take the right of the learner, every right has its own responsibility. So as it is your right to receive education, it is also your responsibility as a student to make sure that you make use of the school that you have been given, and also take advantage of the education that you have been given. So at the same time, it's also teachers' responsibility to make sure that every lesson that is it will be taking place in the class, I'm well prepared for it. So every constitutional right has its responsibility. So the second one is the picture that is shown here. It's a health primary care. As you know that South Africa, they have to be a healthy care that is being provided. It's government responsibility to make sure that the healthy care is being provided for the South Africans. But it's also a responsibility for parents to make sure that they look after their children, they go to the clinic to provide healthy care for their children as well. So what we are touching on is we have to know the constitution, the responsibility of the constitution that we will be talking about. So I'll be touching on few bases of this constitution and move on to another one. Okay, this is another constitution. This one is also about the equality. Equality, as you know that there is this say that men and women are not equal, but this constitutional right is focuses more on equality. So everyone should be treated equal. It doesn't matter which gender, which race is the person. So the Constitution of Bill of Rights is providing the equality. We should treat others with respect. We should treat others with dignity at the same time. So it's our responsibility to make sure that the equality it's being provided all the time. So I'm just touching few on this one. And also there is a few ones that we should only focus on this chapter, because there is a lot of them. I think there is 32 Bill of Rights, and those Bill of Rights that we have, they have it's a responsibility, each one. Okay, so the human rights provide these ones, and focusing on this one, which is equality. Equality everywhere. We have to be equal in workplace. We have to treat equal. We have give opportunities that are equal for everyone. So it's our responsibility to make sure that we treat each other equal. Discriminating, we should not discriminate each other. For example, if the other person is another religion, make sure that you respect other person's religion, you respect other people's culture. So it's also part of constitutional rights, of human rights of a person. Respect and others in beliefs. You have to make sure that if you don't understand about the belief of other person, you have to make sure that you respect that belief and being able to understand it. It's your own responsibility to understand it. At the same time, the other one, it's a freedom of speech. As you know, in South Africa, we are blessed with freedom of speech, whereby you have a right to say uh, how you feel, but what you say must not harm other person. So it's part of your right. At the same time, it's part of your responsibility to say what you feel, but what you feel must not harm other person. No slavery. No slavery. When they say no slavery, it's no slavery like in the workplace. Children under the age of 16 should not be allowed to go to work. At the same time, it's the government's responsibility to make sure that there is rules and regulations that are being followed by those that are employed to the business. So every right has its own responsibility. So what I will do is, since we are coming from COVID, we will just be doing touch-ups of constitutional rights and responsibilities. So after this slide, we will go through the activity that I have created. It's just a puzzle. This puzzle, it consists of human rights of any citizen. So what you need to do is you have to fill in the these 6 constitutional rights, which is education, equality, freedom of speech, and human dignity, and slavery at the same time. So you have to make sure that you fill in these human rights in this activity that I'm created. So when you're done doing that, you can email this work to me. I just want you to make sure that you familiarize yourself with these. Okay, where are you, Nasi? Trying to check you, Nasi.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
I hear you, Meshan.
So is it possible that you perhaps send us the work so we can write it and email it back to you? Because now I don't think if we take a picture it's gonna be clear.
I will email you the weapons.
Oh, okay. Thank you, sir.
Do you hear what I was talking about?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this was just, it's just I want to refresh you. Then when we are going to the next topic, and you have at least a view of what I was talking about. So I will try to email you this work, or if email you this work, then you, when you're done with this work, you can send it back to me. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Shabos. So the next topic, it's all about, we'll be moving to from these rights and responsibilities to the issues that affect the rights and responsibilities. So these issues, it's the issues that affect what I've mentioned, like the equality. The equality, there are those people that are disabled. Those people that are disabled, they feel like they are not being treated equal. So the next topic, I will be just be moving at least further on what we have talked about. Okay. So I think we are done for this day. I will send you the work for the grade 9 lesson. Is anyone with a question before I end my lesson?
Oh my God. Okay. Sorry, sir.
Yeah.
Sir,
Okay.
are you gonna post the work on the website, or
Do you have an email address? You can email.
or must I email you, sir?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
There you go. Is everyone still fine?
Yes, sir.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Pleasure. So make sure that you do the activity and
So may I
send
please
it
see your
back to.
email address again?
Okay, I'll show you now. It's TITI.
Mr. Titi.
Yeah, TITI dot siphumeze
So I'll
at
take your contact
gmail.com.
instead.
Okay, I screenshotted it.
You screenshot it.
No, wait, not me.
But you can what you can do also, you can WhatsApp me as well. I will send you the document that contains the
Okay,
task.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Pleasure, guys. Enjoy your rest of your day, but make sure that you do my work as well.
Bye, sir.
Pleasure.